is time. It is time to brew your best beer.
Quick little SJPORR Challenge 2014 update. Hubba-dub-dub, lots of fun in the hubs. Yes, we've had some hub changes. As of filming this, there are 131 people registered for the SJPORR Challenge 2014. Far out! So, that's a lot of beers. Obviously we're splitting out the beers between hubs and making a couple of extra hubs so that shipping is cheaper and logistically it's a lot easier to drink the number of beers that you need to rate on. So, sort of having some semi-finals. Now the US, we had two hubs to start off with. We had SJ in the east and Kevin in the west. But now we've got three. No we don't. Now we've got four. No we don't. Yeah, no. Now we've got four. So, welcome aboard Brad and Nate, who are taking on the Midwest hub. So, if you're in the Midwest region, they will be the people that you'll be contacting. If you are in their hub, you will get an email sent out to you when we're ready for releasing beers and bits and pieces and shipping beers and all stuff like that. So, don't worry too much if you haven't been contacted by your hub yet, because we will be contacting you. We now have a southern hub in the US as well, and that's SJPORR2014. Cheers Larry. He confirmed today that he'll be taking up the hub there. So this is cool. This means that the beers that we have in the States, 59 brewers in the States have signed up. That sort of evens out the shipping of the beers so that we can sort of get 15 beers here, 15 beers here, 15 beers here, 15 beers here to do semi-finals, or to get their top 3 beers each, and then they do an internal swap for the US final. So each of the top 3 send 3 beers to each of the other hubs, and those top 3 people at each hubs vote against the top 3, vote to define the top 3 for the US, that then go on to each of the top 3 in all the other countries around the world. Confused it yet? Oh. It's easy math. It's just 3 plus 3 plus 3 plus 3 plus 3 plus 3 plus 3. So, good stuff. Lots of changes. So, cheers. Thank you Brad and Nate and Larry for jumping on and taking the hub spot. Unfortunately, we've also lost a hub. We've lost Tiny in Australia. But on the bright side, we have 4 other people in Australia that want to be hubs. So we're just trying to work out who's going to be the hub in Australia and how many people we need. So it's good. As for numbers in New Zealand, we are at 23 brewers. That's quite a few. So potentially we might be doing semi-finals in New Zealand as well. Not sure yet, but we may do so. Just depending on the final numbers and depending on our final timeframes. We'll see what happens there. And also depending on where people are. Like if we can do a South Island and a North Island hub, then that's a cool thing. But we've got to weigh up the numbers. If there's only 7 people in the South Island and 18 odd in the North Island, then it's sort of a uneven balance, and we'd have to try and even them out a little bit better. But you know, I think us Kiwis can handle drinking 24 odd beers in a short period of time. Do it every Friday and Saturday night, don't we? And Thursdays, sometimes on a Wednesday. Monday for sure. Sunday school, we do that in Sunday school. Yeah, no, we can handle doing that. But yeah. In order for us to get sponsorship, we've had to move the deadline for registrations up for all countries. Well, actually, America and Europe stay the same. But all other countries, 16th of May, boom, that's it, registration's closed. The reason for that is that we need to secure some sponsorship. As everybody can appreciate, we're sending beers around the world. Sending beers around the world costs money. Sponsorship pays for the shipping of those beers. So in order to get an accurate idea of the views that these sponsors are going to get, we need an accurate idea of who's going to register. How many people do we have in each country? And then we can work it all out. If you are interested in doing the SJPORR Challenge, please jump on and register. If you think that you might have to pull out at the last minute, that's cool. It doesn't matter. You can pull out at the last minute if life gets in its way, as it sometimes does. But the earlier we get numbers for registration and some fixed numbers, then the better it is that we can start to get some sponsorship. Now, speaking of sponsorship, in New Zealand we have a gold and a silver sponsor signed up so far. So we're nearby. If you know somewhere that would be interested in sponsoring and you've registered for the event, even if you haven't registered for the event and you want to share this event and try and get some sponsorship cash for it, please do so. Go and contact those people. Point people towards the website and say, here's a little bit of information about it. But on the media link on the website is a sponsorship document that you can download, and you can take it away and you can take it to your local brew shop and say, here, are you guys interested in sponsoring for this? This is a worldwide homebrew competition. Possibly one of the first worldwide homebrew competitions that I've seen. And we want to make this work. So the more sponsors that we have on board, the more money, the more funding, the easier it is to ship these beers around. Obviously, we have some budgets, and once we reach that sponsorship budget, we'll be sweet, and we'll go, yep, that's it, cool. We've got enough sponsors, thank you. But until that stage, everything helps. Even if it's just 25 bucks from your local brew store or your local bar, it all helps. So, have a little hunt around, have a little chat about it. And the more people that talk about the SJPORR Challenge 2014, the more valuable the sponsorship becomes, because more people are talking about it. More people are watching it, more people want to know what's going on. Take my marketing hat off now, put my thanking hat on, and thank everybody that's registered so far, everybody that's stood up and helped out and become part of the hub, everybody that's got sponsorship, everybody that's working behind the scenes. Cheers guys, this challenge is going to be phenomenal. I can't wait to start tasting all these beers. Cheers, have yourself an hour.
It is time. It is time to brew your best beer.